Welcome to your favorite player's favorite podcast, live and direct, live on set, Full Court Bresh, episode 6, where we're covering the NBA Finals.
At least for the time being.
Till something else.
Till we find something better to talk about. Shit.
Till my Lakers win. Then we can talk about something else.
Dude, does it feel as good as a typical Lakers championship? I say typical Lakers championship, but like as the previous ones? Because it's a different team, right? Like it's a whole different fucking...
It's definitely different. And
it's just weird.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not all the way confident we're going to win yet because Danny Green shouldn't be on the floor.
You are putting way too many fucking eggs in the Danny Green basket. He is a role player.
No, he should be a starter for what we're paying him. We're paying him $30 million to be what?
He's getting like $14 million a year. That's not
2
that
years,
bad.
$30 million. We locked him in for 30. That's a lot of money.
It's guys that can't chew gum and walk getting double that.
There's guys in grade 11 that play at the Y down the street that could be making the shots that he's missing. So I don't know what the problem is. I don't know what the issue is. KCP should get all his fucking minutes for the rest of the series.
KCP put in work. I will say Danny did have one pretty exciting play. He got the pilfer off Jimmy late in the third quarter, or early in the third quarter, I guess. He got the steal and a dunk. We saw Danny Green dunk.
I thought he was gonna miss that for sure. Two hands,
wide open on a fast
two
break.
hands
One
for
up,
safety.
2 hands, safe flush. Hey.
Yeah, but he runs so poorly that I thought he wasn't gonna make it there.
Whoever was coming back on D, whether it was Jimmy or
I think it was
whoever it was, maybe Bam.
No, it was a little guy. I think it might have been Jay.
Kendrick or Jay,
or
maybe
not.
Kendrick Nunn or something. Whichever Miami player was coming back could have fucked around and blocked that if they really wanted it bad enough.
Yeah,
we could have seen
sure.
a Tayshaun Prince moment,
and I wouldn't
which would have been tight.
That's what I was expecting.
Yeah. Yeah, KCP put in fucking work, man. He had a weird game too. Like, first of all, he had some big buckets, made some big plays
Down the stretch.
He had that
clutch.
He had that one play. I think it was early in the fourth, where he did the thing that James Harden does a lot. One of the few things he does that I like, where it makes it look like he's shooting a floater, but it's a lob for whoever the big man is on the low block.
AD, yeah.
So Anthony Davis was up on that left side, and he just popped it up, and Davis read it perfectly and went up and flushed it. And it just made me think of James Harden from over there. I was like, there's actually things about him I like. Wow.
James can't do that now without Clint, though. That's why I think they should have kept Clint. But yeah, you're right. That's a good play. It's a good play.
A lot of people think they should have kept Clint. But I mean, it was gonna work out the same either way. They weren't competing for a championship. They're not built like that.
So we're not even gonna talk about Game 3 because I lost a lot of money on that game, and Jimmy Butler just fucked everything that walked.
That's
the whole game.
Up the whole game.
That's the whole game. Unguardable.
Kelly Olynyk nearly cost them Game 3 like he did Game 2 because we're seeing too much Kelly Olynyk in the NBA Finals. And Jimmy decided fuck all that and put his dick on the table, and that's what happened.
Yeah, this Kelly Olynyk shit's got to stop.
It's just too much. He's trying to do too much.
6 minutes a half max for that guy.
And I mean, he probably wouldn't be playing if it wasn't for the injuries and whatever. Like in Game 4, he still played a little bit because Bam was back. But because Bam's still a little bit limited, you're still seeing some Kelly Olynyk. If you had full, fresh, healthy Bam, you probably wouldn't have any Olynyk.
He didn't have that fucking bullshit green light he had in Game 2 once Bam was back. Yeah.
He had that one goofy layup on the fast break, though. I was worried about that one, too, because I don't know if it was him that got the steal or whatever, but Miami forced a turnover, and he's coming up on that left side, and it's contested, and he just does this weird little body twist thing, just this awkward, lanky guy move and lays it up with the left hand. Like, fuck, he's throwing this shit over the backboard. But it went in.
It went in.
Okay.
Lakers came out really aggressive, I think, in Game 4 compared to Game 3. I thought they thought what I thought, which is this was going to be a clean sweep, and they came out way more aggressive in Game 4 instead of taking that lead from Miami in Game 3. So I think that was right off the hop. It was a better look for the Lakers, and LeBron didn't open his fucking mouth this time.
I'll get to that. Before I forget, KCP had one of my favorite moments of the game. He had a typical pickup basketball moment in the game. We'll call it a 1-4 flat moment, where it was late in the fourth again. It was a big bucket. Late in the fourth, he had Duncan Robinson guarding right up top, and it's just it's just a regular like 5-out set or whatever it was. They might have had one guy down low, but there was nothing ready. It just looked like a KCP ISO. And as soon as he realized I got Duncan Robinson guarding me, just a little quick pass fake. Nah, fuck that. I'm taking
No,
this
he went
bitch
to the
up.
hole. Yeah.
Drives it all the way to the hoop, lays it up and in.
Yeah.
And
That was beautiful.
To Robinson's credit, he got pretty close to getting a piece of that.
Yeah.
It was an awkward clunk, like
But
he wasn't clamping him by any means, but he got closer to the ball than I thought he would on the follow up. But it was just a great take. Yeah, KCP was really fucking good. With the Lakers, the ball moved really fucking well, and they're using the biggest advantage they have in this series is rebounding. Whether Bam's in the game or not, the Lakers should have the advantage of rebounding in every game.
I know, but Bam is critical for Miami just to have a
Yeah.
chance at rebounds. Like, they need him in the game just to get a couple of them. They're not going to get them all. You're not even going to get the majority. But they need Bam to stay healthy for the next 2-3 games.
And to be fair, he was still south. That's the thing that sucks, man. If Miami could have just squeaked this one out, you get 2 extra days off now, so they don't play until Friday night.
Yeah.
That's crucial for whatever was going on with Dragic, and obviously crucial for Bam now that he's back.
Yeah.
And you would hope he's that much healthier. You know he's able to play. Dragic might be able to play, and he's been super fucking important to them. If they're able to get him back for Game 5, that's a big momentum shift.
So
it just depends on what he's dealing with and how much of him you really get back.
Yeah, absolutely. They need him. And he looked good. He didn't play as many minutes as he normally does, and he wasn't 100%, but he's still fucking Bam. So they need him. And the Lakers did something I thought was incredible on defense. They put Dwight and AD and LeBron switching on fucking Jimmy the whole game. So size. And every screen that was set, they went under instead of over, so Jimmy wouldn't shoot the three because he doesn't like to shoot threes. He scored 40 points the other night without hitting a three. So they're like, fuck it, give him the three, and he didn't want to shoot it.
Yeah, that was the interesting
He
thing,
should have
right?
shot
It's
it.
like,
He didn't want to shoot it.
It was a lot of those off-ball switches, and yeah, they were kind of just checking down and doing the little drop and chase thing on Jimmy without the actual chase. They just drop off on him and just trust that he wouldn't pass the ball. They had Anthony Davis checking him basically the entire fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
They were kind of, like you said, doing the switch thing throughout the game and making it work. Jimmy has to adjust to that. There is something that I keep going back and forth as to whether I liked it or disliked it. I want to think I know why Jimmy was doing it, but he was kind of, especially in the fourth quarter late when the game it looked like it was already lost, he was kind of hot potato in the ball.
Oh, yeah.
It might have been because Davis was forcing that, but I mean, Jimmy could have attacked. Anyway,
He's hesitant sometimes.
but he kept trying to get the ball to Duncan and Tyler Herro. And I feel like it's because he's thinking about the rest of the series. I don't think it was like, these are my 2 shooters, I need them to get shots right now. It's like, yeah, I need to get them the looks now, but I'm thinking the rest of the series too. If these guys can see the ball go in a couple more times this game, then they know that I still trust them the rest of the series.
Yeah. No, he has tremendous trust in those two. And that's why they are where they are, because I don't think he trusted many other people on his previous teams like he does those 2 guys to hit shots.
Which could end up being the reason why Miami fights their way back in this series.
I hope they do. Like, I hope they make it interesting.
I hope they do too.
I do. They're a great team. They work fucking hard. Jimmy's gotta at least shoot the three a couple times to make someone come out on him a little more. That's not going to work.
He's more than capable.
Of course, yeah. He's hit massive 3-point shots in his life to win games. So I don't know why he's very hesitant to take them. I don't think that's a good look. His mid-range, however, is basically unguardable at this point. See if he gets that first step and he gets his guy in that triple threat thing, he's making the shot over you.
I love a good mid-range guy.
Yeah, he's
already
up
know
there with
that.
the best. He's up there with the best of them.
That's what I watch instead of porn. I just watch guys shooting mid-range jumpers.
Nothing wrong with that.
That's all I need.
It's depreciated.
Back to your point about LeBron not opening his mouth. There was some antics.
There was a bit.
This game. There was some little theatrical shit. You can tell these guys have been in LA for a little while. Anthony Davis, first off. Okay, late in the fourth, he checks Kendrick Nunn up on the right wing. Nunn takes him. Davis reads the reverse perfectly, gets a great block, and then I think like barely gets his nose brushed or whatever. I'm still not even sure he was touched. I watched it 6 or 7 times over just a few minutes ago just to see if he actually got hit. And this dude covers his face, falls out, rolls on the ground like he got his shit gouged out. Like it's.
You just took a hell of a hit.
I just it's kind of silly. You can tell he's been in LA for a minute. I get you trying to sell the call a little bit, but come on, dog.
Hero was flopping too. That flop on LeBron was big time.
Oh yeah.
So they're both fucking doing it.
Yeah. It just I don't know. I like to think that it's the NBA Finals, things get more physical, refs start swallowing the whistle, but because we're in the age of basketball we're in, this is still a major factor for both teams in the series, so both teams are going to feel influenced to do it. I'm not just shitting on the Lakers. I'm not just taking shots at LeBron. I'm not this LeBron hater everybody's making me out to be. I'm not. I'm just making observations. That said, there was another thing. I think also a fourth quarter play. I think it was earlier in the fourth, but going back to the rebounding thing, LeBron gets an offensive rebound off of whoever's missed, and he boxes out Jay Crowder and then goes up with it again and kind of hits the bottom of the rim. Crowder fouls him. It looked like he just caught his elbow a little bit. By the looks of it, it looked like Crowder knew he wasn't blocking the shot and was just trying to get his arm to make a miss and just living with the free throws, which is a pretty
good strategy against fucking
play.
LeBron. Yeah,
it's like, yeah, I can't get it, so you're gonna have to earn him. He didn't take a swing. He didn't whack him in the head. He didn't wind back and bang on him or nothing like that. He just you could argue he even went for the block and just went too short and got the arm. And LeBron flails out and smacks the floor and turns around and starts bitching at Jay Crowder like he was trying to hurt him or something. Like, I don't get it. I don't know if you're just trying to play up the theatrics or get your teammates going with that or what, but it's just like, why are you so worked up over that?
LeBron, I don't know. He's a confident guy most of the time, but he does little shit that pisses me off.
He knows exactly where and when the camera's on him.
Of course.
And that's all the time. But I mean, he's, there are moments when you can tell he's well aware where the camera is on him, and
but that means he's thinking
game,
he's thinking too much. That means his head's not 100% in the game. In my opinion, because Jordan would never have done that. He wouldn't give a fuck where the cameras are.
I'm not gonna do the Jordan would never or LeBron would never thing because I'm way too fucking biased and I'm trying to be as fair as possible with people.
Fuck that.
So you said that, not me.
I said it.
But yeah, there's moments in LeBron's career in the past where you could tell he was kind of not all the way in it or whatever, that there was some outside. So maybe he is the guy that gets in his own head. That he's one of the smartest basketball players we've ever seen. There's no getting around that. He's incredibly intelligent. It's just he's not always thinking the right way.
Yeah.
So there was some little silly
or
shit.
He overthinks it, I think, sometimes. That's all.
Yeah, maybe that. Just trying to do a little too much mentally, I guess.
Doing chess. He's doing mental gymnastics a little bit.
Kelly Olynyk of the mind.
Kelly Olynyk.
Put it that way. Another thing that was funny was after the game, there's always reports of little gimmicky shit or whatever that, especially when it comes to LeBron teams that somehow leak clutch sports. But there was a story that there was a group text that LeBron sent to the rest of the team about how important this game was, as if they don't already fucking know, right? But about how important this game was and how he trusts his guys. And, they really fluffed it up to make it seem like he's really letting his guys know how much he trusts them and how much we've been through together and yada, yada. I really wish we had gotten the true version of that story. And then there was an interview after the game where every player does the podium and does the little press conference and stuff. And they're talking about that, and LeBron ever so subtly kind of sucked his own hog in front of the media.
What do you do?
And he does it from time to time. He's like, well, this was this was a big game. Teammates really came through. KCP made a lot of good shots, and yeah, this is one of the biggest games of my career. You can take that one of two ways, but I don't know. It's just one of those little silly nitpicks at LeBron. It's just easy to have a little fun with that, but
Fuck.
I wish we could get the full, like the real versions of those stories, like what he really texted them. It's like, if you motherfuckers blow this for me, none of you were on Space Jam 2. I'm telling you that right now. That includes you, Anthony.
I don't know if he would.
I will give your part to Kyrie Irving.
I think LeBron would be the type of guy to just not include certain people in the group text instead of calling them out directly, where I think as Kobe's group texts in the finals would have been all time calling someone out in front of everyone. And those,
So you feel
I'd
like
pay
Quinn
to
Cook's in that text and not Danny Green?
yeah. Like Danny had no idea the text happened until the media reported it.
This guy just stay open in the corner. I don't know about a group chat. I don't know about a group chat. Coach just tells me to play D and shoot threes, and I try. I don't know.
Is he trying though? Is he really trying? Did you hear?
I think he is. He's just not as connected as everybody else. He's not a fucking clutch client.
Did you sign the petition I sent you?
Sign the petition?
You didn't sign the petition?
No. What petition?
To get Danny Green doesn't deserve a ring if they win petition.
That's garbage. Avery Bradley's gonna get a fucking ring if they win.
That's real.
Danny doesn't deserve one.
Did you see that? There's actual petition going around about Dan.
That's ridiculous. You Laker fans are fucking. You're all garbage. All of you.
He's giving me a heart attack every time he touches the ball.
Laker fans are so fucking toxic. You ungrateful fuck.
He sucks.
We had like 6 Raptor fans last year that were pulling the same shit, and we G-checked them, and that was the end of it. By the time we got to Game 5, it was like, okay, we love this guy. We're all the way in.
I don't love him.
Sorry, Danny.
I don't love him.
Go win.
I thought I would. I don't love him.
Oh, God.
I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just.
You're expecting too much out of him.
Maybe it's because he runs like Jimmy from South Park. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I'm not Columbo. No, I don't know. There's something about him I just don't like anymore. And I think it's because he just doesn't play good basketball.
Danny, look, here's the game plan. All we need you to do is rotate off the ball, curl the low block, run baseline, get open for threes, play some defense, guard Jimmy one-on-one, the odd possession we need you to. That's it. We're not asking for anything else.
And plug your podcast.
I'm down like a clown, Charlie.
To the paper.
I'm down like a clown, Charlie.
Frank Vogel.
But I don't know, man. I think you're just expecting too much out of Danny. I think
no.
And I think you're just an entitled.
I expect the minimum.
Laker fan.
2 threes a game and some good D, and he's fucking way below it. He's way below.
You don't like the D you're getting from Danny Green?
No.
Pause.
He looks like he doesn't know how to, like, pivot on defense. Like, he just once he's set with his left foot forward, and the guy goes right, it's like he doesn't know how to turn. He's like, oh, he's gone. It's fucking brutal.
Looks like he's just constantly carrying a fucking coffee table.
It's like his whole body moves as one. And his legs are permanently saddling a horse.
Oh, shit. There was some circus shots this game, too. Duncan Robinson had that one. That one
Hero,
3 up top.
KCP. Yeah, a lot of people had
Hero had that one. KCP had one. LeBron had that one pretty soft and one. But it was like a nice stuff where he was just kind of leaning back and let it go with the left. I think Crowder got him again. I don't know. Maybe I think LeBron's got it off of Crowder a little bit.
Yeah, Crowder.
It's just because he plays hard. So Crowder will be his teammate in a year or two.
Yeah, maybe.
Watch.
Maybe. Yeah,
it'll happen.
No, Crowder's on his way out. This is the best year he's had in like 5 years. But let's talk about Rondo having 0 points until about 90 seconds left in the entire game. And how effective he still was.
Rondo is the textbook fucking example of how you can be effective on a basketball court without jacking threes on the fast break or crying for fouls or forcing up bullshit shots or scoring. Like, scoring 20-plus points a game is not all basketball is about.
Nope.
Why do I have to keep saying that? I shouldn't have to say that once, let alone 10 times. And I literally every time we do a pod, I have another conversation with multiple people about, well, he's not scoring enough. He's not scoring enough. Why is he even on the floor? And not just Rondo, other players too. Like, guys have different fucking roles. Not everybody is a go-to scorer. Not everybody's a lockdown defender. Not everybody's a great playmaker. Not everybody's a rebounder. Like, you have different guys that do different things. And that's what makes up a basketball team.
Speaking of, Rondo does all those pretty well.
Rondo was fucking unbelievable. The way he was reading the floor on both sides, the playmaking.
Speaking of,
he was like 90% of the reason the ball was moving so fucking well
yeah.
for the Lakers. Let me not discredit LeBron like that, because LeBron was passing incredibly well too. But
Yeah,
those two guys, when they're passing as crisp, which is pretty much all the time, it's just such a huge fucking advantage. The spacing is so much better. The guys get better quality shots, and I mean, we're seeing it in the finals.
Yeah, you brought up LeBron having such a high IQ for the game, where Rondo is equally just as smart offensively in the game of basketball. To having two guys like that,
and defensively,
having two guys like that on the floor at the same time is gonna make everyone better. Everyone better.
Because they understand. Because they understand floor positioning. They understand it's not just who you're supposed to be guarding or what you position, like whether you're running a man or a zone, you know, where you're supposed to be on offense or how you're supposed to move. It's the exact spot. You're supposed to end up right here. There was a play when Rondo was on the Kings where I can't remember the inbound play, but I think they were against the Atlanta Hawks, and you could see before the inbound was even called, you can tell the guys that are watching film, right? Rondo is telling Boogie exactly where to be. Boogie already thinks he knows. He's up on like the hash marks on the left side or whatever it is, and Rondo comes up and tells him, no, you got to go right there, and just tell him. Hawks aren't even up on their front court yet. And Rondo's already got this all played out in his head. He knows it's gonna go here, whatever. So he sends Boogie over to the weak side or whatever it is, and then inbound plays out, and Hawks got to throw up this horrible. I don't even think they got a shot off, because Boogie was in the right place, and he was reading the passing lanes before they were even fucking created.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Like when you understand film that much and you're able to apply it on the court on such a consistent basis, and make game-winning plays without making a shot or making a direct stop. I don't think Rondo touched the ball in that possession, but he's the reason they won that game.
Do you think that's why he butt heads with so many coaches before this? Is because he probably knew better than they did half the time? And then he would get mad when they would call stupid shit?
Somewhat, yeah, but Rondo's an asshole anyway. He's the asshole in a good way, right? He's not going to take any shit. He doesn't have any patience for stupidity. And, you know, it's... Some players just have that kind of ego to them where it's like, I know I'm really fucking good at what I do, and this is the way I do it. And if you don't like it, then you just don't like it.
But is that an ego, though? If he is actually always
it's an ego,
right?
It's an ego. When I say ego, I don't mean the typical description of an ego where it's just somebody's a narcissist. I mean an ego in that they have a competitive drive, or that's just the way that they go about it. I think that's just the way he approaches the game. He feels like he's studied enough film and knows what their game plan is and knows how to counteract it, and isn't always going to agree with other players or the coach or whatever, and is just not willing to bargain on it.
Yeah.
He's just a hard ass. That's it.
Hard ass.
And that's a good thing. He's a fucking winner, too.
He's a fucking champ. About to be another one.
Oh, we'll see.
Stop saying that.
I know, you and I both know it's not ending in 5.
No, I think Miami's got the next game. But
yeah.
LeBron's fucking been celebrating since game 1. Like, I already...
How so?
Like, he's just overzealous. Like, you can tell he just thinks it's over. That's why he got fucked by Jimmy in game 3, because he's not trying. He's not trying, and and that's not a good thing. I'm not saying that's a terrible thing to have.
I see what you mean, and it's funny that
like that's with all the antics. Like he's just, I don't know,
that the media and reporters are not pointing that out. He's not really being called on.
You know what it looks like to me?
They just keep.
It
What?
looks like he's trying to make highlights for when he can watch his championship run, or like moments. It's like he's so far ahead that he thought he already won that like he's creating these moments where he's like screaming so he can like look back at them and be like, "That was sick," even though it wasn't that sick. Like you made a left hand layup.
Well, I mean, he did already say on his own show, on his own network, with his own friends, that he already believes he's the greatest player ever.
Yep.
Which the fact that he had to say that out loud and record it and put it out to the media tells me that he doesn't actually believe it.
Oh, for sure. Like you would that had to go through people to edit it, and you just still let it go out. It's a terrible thing.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Here's my thing. It's possible that by the time whoever's watching this or listening to it, whatever, say maybe the Lakers dominate Game 5 and win it all. I know there's gonna be a select group of people that are gonna be blowing my fucking phone up, and I know I'm far from the only one that's gonna deal with the casual fan going on about, oh, that makes LeBron the GOAT, blah blah blah, and just having the dick ride parade. And anybody who doesn't hop on that bandwagon is obviously a hater, right? There's no in between. You're not allowed to be objective with LeBron, right? My thing is I'm trying to get this out there as much as possible because I'm a known Jordan guy, and I'm not gonna be able to get rid of that stamp, obviously, even if I wanted to. But I'm trying to be as objective and as fair with the LeBron discussion as far as his legacy and all that goes as possible. I don't even want to have the conversation until after he retires. And the weird thing is, so anytime I'll get asked the question, do you think LeBron's better than so-and-so? Do you think he's better than Jordan? Do you think he's better than Kobe? Do you think he's better than Kareem? Or whatever. Better than whoever. I keep trying to say, wait till he retires. Well, why? Why can't you just talk about it now? I'm giving him more time to accomplish more shit.
You're giving him a better.
How's that not fair?
You're letting him build a better case. Like if this was a courtroom, and you're like, oh, I'll let you finish your case first before I decide who won. Like that's a pretty big positive or a pretty big asset to have. So
because
they should be thanking you.
Yeah, I mean, they should at least understand where I'm coming from.
Like to me,
Let's
Kobe
say,
Carl is the GOAT, but you can go on.
Okay. To me, let's say LeBron plays 5 more years, okay, after this one. So let's say he plays 5 more years, and say he's in a position to compete for those next 5 years, stays relevant, and stays playing at least near the same level of play he's at now. Let's say that's not a realm of possibility. And let's say I have the argument with a all the way, LeBron stan, whatever you want to call him. I don't want to throw shots or sound negative or whatever. But let's say I'm having an argument with that guy, and he already thinks, oh, LeBron's way better, and anything I say, they're just not hearing it. Let's say I still think Jordan is slightly better than LeBron because this, that, and the third. I don't think he's done enough to whatever. And LeBron goes and in the next 5 years wins 3 more championships or even 2 more, wins another MVP and more All-Star appearances and keeps climbing up the stat charts and whatever else. Maybe something I see in the next 5 years changes my mind and I decide, oh shit, maybe he's the greatest ever.
Yeah,
but because of that conversation I had before, I can't even make that argument anymore because they're going, oh, just recency bias. Oh, now you're on the bandwagon.
You can't renege.
No, I'm just yeah. Because he could feasibly accomplish more in the next 5 years than most other guys could in their entire career.
Yeah, there's like no negative he could bring to the table, unless he raped someone, because that's the only reason they want to make Kobe. I'm just saying that's the only reason Kobe won't get the credit that he's due.
These are all allegations. First of all, let the dead rest.
Lying dogs lie.
Second, allegations, not guilty, all that.
But
yeah, I just don't get it. And the biggest thing, the number one thing for me, I just want to enjoy him as a basketball player. I just want to watch him play basketball and enjoy the actual practical basketball part of that.
Yeah.
I don't want to have that conversation every time I see him play. I just want to see a LeBron play and go, oh, shit, I like what he did there. Oh, this was a great game. Oh, this was a bad game. And it not be a big fucking parade every time. It doesn't need to be that. Just watch the game. Just enjoy the process of a game. And watch the whole game.
Yeah, we're lucky there's even games on right now, so enjoy
Yeah,
it.
fuck, man. Shit. It could be so much fucking worse.
I like that he was hitting threes again. It's good. It's a good look. He's hitting some good threes.
Yeah, he had a
Couple big ones.
A couple deep contested ones, a couple kind of like. He does this thing sometimes where it's not quite a
The
fadeaway,
swag.
but it looks like one.
Swag away.
It's like a fadeaway in place. I don't know. I guess he's just so fucking strong that he's able to do that.
I think it's
really
just the
is
way he
amazing.
jumps. Like his whole
Yeah, I
body
guess.
like swings back for some reason. I don't know. It's pretty tight. But yeah, maybe he's so he probably is because he's strong as fuck. He's got to lean back a bit. Imagine him jumping forward into a jump shot like fucking Mike Bibby or some shit. Ball would.
Well, I would probably smash off of the back rim and go flying back 30 fucking feet because it'd just be this.
Shatter the back.
He would have my flat ass arc
Very flat.
with
Flat earther.
plus like 150 pounds. Like, you know, I don't know. I guess I mean you've seen it throughout his career the way he's had to adjust. His release has gotten higher. His arc has gotten smoother and everything else. So, you know, it happens with every player.
Like Dirk Nowitzki.
Dirk's a unique case. Dirk had nobody's ever gonna develop and master a jump shot like that ever again. It's just such a unique process the way he put that together and everything. So
Very
that's
unique.
whatever.
So going into Game 5, what
Yes.
changes need to happen for Miami?
I like what they did defensively. I like that they didn't lean too much on zone.
Yeah,
Honestly, I
fuck zone.
feel like they played relatively. There was a couple of hiccups here and there with some bad. They let a couple of easy
Yeah.
buckets inside. A couple too many
LeBron
times.
literally just walked between two people at the top of the key and then went and laid it in with his right hand, left side of the glass. And it was just like,
Yeah.
where the fuck was anyone? Like, through the middle. No running head start, just, okay, I'm going to go right through you guys. That can't happen. It's the finals.
Yeah, I think at this point, Miami kind of countered the Lakers switch system where they had Anthony Davis guarding Jimmy Butler, and Miami kind of countered that with a little bit more Jimmy Butler on Anthony Davis, and then the committee against LeBron. I think you go back to sticking Jimmy on LeBron with a little bit of Jay Crowder here and there, and then you have a combination of Jay Crowder and Bam on Anthony Davis. At this point, I get it. Bam's hurt and he's limited, and you got to play it safe and whatever. It's the finals. You have to win now. So you got to take your chances with that. I mean, the guy obviously wants to play.
Yeah.
And I'm fucking praying that he stays healthy because, he's – say what you will about Jimmy. Bam is just as important to this team as Jimmy is.
Absolutely.
Like, Jimmy will tell you that himself. So, as far as the way they played the passing lanes and the combination of man and zone and the on-ball defense, wasn't upset with that. Other than a few hiccups here and there was a couple easy buckets. They got to be more disciplined and obviously not let that happen. So defensively, it's not bad. They just have to get rebounds. They have to fucking rebound.
Yep.
That killed them. And
It's
I mean,
hard.
their offense wasn't too bad either. There was some shots that definitely should have dropped that didn't, but it wasn't the reason that they lost. You know what I mean?
It's tough to get
And
those boards.
I think Miami will bounce back from
You're
that.
fucking going against two very athletic 7-footers. Like, at all times. Like, JaVale's not even playing. That would be 3. But you're going against 2 of them.
JaVale's not playing for a reason.
Yeah, no shit. But, like, you're going against Dwight and AD, which are, like, I don't know. I think pretty sure they're both legit 7s or 6'11", somewhere in there. And they're both athletic as fuck. Like, you can't. And Bam, I don't even know what Bam is. He doesn't look that tall beside them.
Bam's about probably 6'9", 6'10".
Yeah, it's not enough. You got to get.
Well, Bam will do well enough if he's healthy enough to play an entire game's worth of minutes, whatever that means. He'll do enough on his own against Anthony Davis that, you live with whatever happens there. And same with Jimmy and Andre Iguodala and Jay Crowder between Anthony Davis and LeBron. It's just, I don't know, but you just have to finish those defense possessions.
The only way
That's it.
the only way Miami's getting back in the series is if Kelly Olynyk starts throwing some fucking arm bars. Dirty Kelly. Dirty Kelly.
I don't want to see it
Dirty
happen,
Kelly.
but no, I'm not even chiming in on
Jimmy's-
that. I'm leaving that alone.
Jimmy's texting him right now. Come on, Dirty Kelly. I need you.
It's like, yo, you see what Anthony Davis is doing? You better fucking Tanya Harding his
Look
ass.
at his left shoulder. Rip it out. Rip out that shoulder for me. You want to stay in Miami? Rip it out.
I hope Jimmy's hot potato gesture at the end of Game 4 pays off for those fellas, and they take note of that and reward him for his trust. Those guys got to knock down shots. I trust Tyler Herro.
Duncan's been better.
I think
He's getting better again.
he's been better. He did look a lot better, and I think that's, I'm hoping that the fact that this is a must win, because he kind of seems like he's cracking under the pressure a little bit. He's a little wet behind the ears. I'm hoping that they're able to get it into his head that this isn't a we can't lose. It's a we gotta win.
Yeah.
I know that people that might go over some people's heads, but a we can't lose sounds way more. That's desperation, and that's going into a game prepared to win, as opposed to going into a game hoping not to lose. It looks like Duncan's been playing hoping not to fuck up, and that's why he's been fucking up. He just needs to have the shooter's conscience, or lack thereof, like Tyler Herro does, because Herro hasn't been shooting the best percentage, but he's still chucking that bitch up and getting big buckets.
He's hitting them when it counts. Yeah, he played really bad in Jimmy's 40 piece, but he still had a couple big buckets at the end. Duncan's got to be the same. Just forget your last shot, just like Gilbert. Just forget it. Next one.
Yeah.
Next one.
Bam's got to be a little more involved offensively too.
He was settling.
And again, I know he's hurt, but
I think he was settling.
it was just more off-ball stuff. I think they just wanted him to play a little more off-ball defense so that they weren't getting destroyed, and it worked. But he's got to be more aggressive. He's got to, and I think he will. I think we'll see more typical Bam. He's just got to not be hurt, I guess, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's tough. I actually think he played okay for being hurt.
Yeah, I think so too.
He wasn't like laboring it too heavy. Still playing hard. He was still going after shots that probably would have hurt your neck if I was in the game. Trying to block shit, I would tweak my neck.
So I can't decide what I genuinely believe is going to happen the rest of the series beyond Game 5. What do you think? Gun to your head, how's this series end?
It's over on Friday.
You don't believe that?
I do. I want it to go farther. I do, but I think it's over on Friday. And I think it's going to be... I think Jimmy's going to show up, and I think his sidekicks are not going to play as well as they have all season. I just think it's going to be an off night for Miami. But Jimmy will get his. Jimmy will get 38, 40. He'll go down swinging. 38 plus. And then, it'll be over. I think Kuzma will have a big game. I think Caruso will have a big. I think everything will just connect for the Lakers, and then everyone but Jimmy on Miami will just have a off night, and that'll be the end of the season.
I think it's more likely the Lakers get too comfortable.
Nah, they had that slip up when Jimmy fucking ate LeBron's food for an entire game. I think that's over.
Okay.
I think that's over.
Okay. I mean, this is probably pretty obvious and might be a bit of a cold take, but I'll say it anyway. I think the Lakers have to finish this series in Game 5. I think they have to win Game 5 to win this series. And if they don't, I don't like their chances of winning Game 6 or 7.
LeBron likes going to 7 for some reason.
You think he likes it?
It seems like it. Fucking
Maybe if he's the one forcing Game 7.
maybe.
But in this case, he won't be. And if the Lakers don't finish off Miami in Game 5, I don't think they finish them off at all. I think if they blow Game 5, they're going to blow the series.
You don't believe that. I know you don't believe that.
No, I do.
You don't believe that.
Look how fucking resilient this Miami Heat team is.
They're great. They're great. How
I've
can you
been-
not like this team? Like that's
I've been genuinely rooting for the Miami fucking Heat to win the NBA Finals for a couple weeks,
Yeah.
and it's killing me a little bit inside.
yeah.
But they're playing genuine basketball. They were built organically,
can't-
and I like everything they're doing.
You can't hate
and it's
any
hard not to
player
get
on
behind.
that team. You can't hate
Yeah.
how they're coached.
Well, except Kelly Olynyk.
Except
Fuck
Kelly.
Olynyk.
Okay, he's a dirty hippie. But you can't hate how they're coached. You can't hate how they're playing. You can't hate their ball movement. It's incredible. Like, you just can't hate them. And that's why I'm torn this fucking play. I wanted Boston so I could really hate the other team when we win. But I can't hate Miami. They're dope.
I guess. But I love Kemba, too, so that would have sucked to see him finally get there and fall short to this corny-ass Lakers
Like,
team.
in these playoffs, if the Lakers didn't win, I definitely wanted Miami to win. But now, can't do that.
It is what it is, man. All right. We will see what happens in Game 5. Anything else you want to get into before we get the fuck out of here?
Champs! Sign the petition. Please, everyone out there listening, sign the Danny Green petition.
If you are an entitled, ungrateful, fair weather, casual, good for nothing, don't understand the concept of a full process of a basketball game ass, phony ass fucking bandwagon dick riding Laker fan, sign that petition. By all means, do it. Throw away all your dignity while you're at it. Because you've already been doing it throughout this run. And then when Anthony Davis leaves and this team falls apart and LeBron retires or leaves or does whatever, when this team isn't what it is right now, you're going to jump onto whatever bandwagon is next
Here
like
we
you've been
go.
doing since 2010.
Here we go.
So you do that. You continue to be the phony-ass casual basketball fan that you are. The rest of you, just enjoy the games. Just enjoy
Fucking
the
Jared
games.
Dudley deserves the ring more than fucking Danny Green.
Well, Danny Green's already got 2. So, I mean,
That's what I'm saying. Dudley deserves both his rings.
Okay,
Soft ass Jared Dudley. What?
one more thing before we fuck off stage left. Look at me doing the finger guns. I'm finger banging.
I got
Finger
benched in a game for doing that to a whole team.
Why? Because you finger bang the whole team. You can't finger bang the whole
No,
team.
I fucking dribbled it off my foot, and we were up by like a lot of points. Like, I don't want to brag. I'm not even gonna say how much we were up by. Okay, that's how much. That's how much we were up by. That's how much. And I dribbled it off my foot, and this kid on their team wasn't playing because he like broke his wrist. So he was like doing scorekeeping, but he was on their team. And I heard him laugh when I dribbled it off my foot. So I picked it up like 5 feet behind the 3-point line, just yanked it, hit it, went by their whole bench. Coach immediately takes a timeout, pulls me out of the game. I'm benched the rest of the game because we were up by we were up by like 60, and he's like, "Don't you ever fucking do that again."
Oh, you deserve it. You absolutely fucking deserve it.
And I was like, "Did you hear that guy?" He's like, "I don't give a shit, man."
I remember there was this one kid played in high school. I don't even remember what school he played for. I just remember what he looked like and him. I say he chucked up like 6 shots and missed all of them, and then made his next one, and it was like a wide open 3. We were already up by like 20 some odd as well, and he kept doing this thing where he would like, you know how some kids will hold the jumper and hop on their leg and do all that. He was doing that, and then he would do the little finger snap thing.
Ooh,
So he held it up. He would look at all of us and then do the finger snap because he made one shot when we were up by like 20. So we're all just looking at him and
Legend.
like point at the scoreboard like, what are you doing, my man? So then fourth quarter comes and we're just running up the fucking score because at that point we're like, even the coach co-signed. He's like, okay, fuck this kid. Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and have fun at their expense. So every time, so we just kept shooting threes, and most of us, I think I only shot 1 or 2, and I actually hit 1. I'm not a 3-point shooter, and I wasn't then either. But we're hitting everything. And every time we just look directly at that kid who's now on the bench, and we're all doing the thing, looking at him,
So
like,
sick.
calling him who's next and shit. You gotta be real careful when you trash talking or pulling some antics or whatever.
right.
So,
Like LeBron when he said they were in trouble.
anyway.
That's what sparked Jimmy. He's in trouble.
He's in trouble.
So sick.
All right.
Best moment.
Last thing before we fuck off stage left. Shout out to he's Doc Rivers. He's going by Glenn Rivers now. Now that he's in Philly.
What?
Well, because there's only one Doc in Philly. Dr.J.
Dr.J. Was that real though, or did you just make that up?
Nah, he did an interview the other day, and he's telling everybody he's good with going by Glenn now. Just call me Glenn.
Wait.
Glenn Rivers.
I thought his name was.
I don't want to be called Doc when I'm in Philly.
I literally thought his name was Doc.
No, so he was at some pickup game back in the day, like before he played pro, and he had a Dr. J T-shirt on.
Oh.
And I guess the teams playing were missing a player or whatever, and he was just sitting in the crowd. And I guess the coach or whoever was pointing him out was like, "Hey Doc, hey Doc, hey Doc," like trying to get his attention because he didn't know his name, just saw a Dr. J shirt, and called him down. And then Doc Rivers realized he was talking about him, and then the name Doc just stuck.
Was he in the hood? That's where you always get your nickname.
I mean, he's from Chicago, so I think he's from Chicago.
Dudes in the hood are the best at giving.
Forgive me if I'm wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure he's from Chicago.
You go to the hood for 5 minutes, you'll come out with a nickname. Unless you're a piece of shit, then you'll come out with one pair less of shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's how the Doc name stuck, and I guess he's getting himself ingratiated by Sixers fans by saying, "Don't call me Doc. There's only one Doc in Philly," and I think that's a good move. Even if it's just a PR stunt, it's a good move. He's already
yeah.
He's putting himself in a good spot because there's some ruthless fucking dickheaded fans in Philly. So you might as well try to stay on the good side until you guys lose one game or, God forbid you miss one open three or whatever, and all of a sudden you're getting booed out of your own fucking arena. Luckily enough, we probably won't have fans in the stands next year anyway, so we're not gonna have to deal with any. This would have been the worst fan experience for the NBA Finals ever if it wasn't for COVID.
You just brought up something good. Today, the governor of Florida announced all NFL teams are going to fill the stadiums for the next game. 65,000 at every game.
Only in Florida, man.
Only Florida. So what? To the Buccaneers and who's the other one? Miami Dolphins. Who else? Was that it?
If I played, I'm telling you right now, if I played for any of those teams, I would be demanding a trade right now. Get me the fuck out of here.
Brady's going to get COVID, dude.
I don't care if I'm on the Buccaneers and you're going to trade me to the to the Jets or some shit. Get me the fuck out of here. I'm not dealing with this circus.
It's nuts.
It's so amazingly stupid.
That's where, like, the president should be allowed to step in and be like, no, governor, no.
I'm the president of the United States?
Yeah. Well, that's where it is.
He's the guy for common sense and shit, right? He's the guy that's going to be, no, this is a bad idea. We shouldn't do this.
He literally has
People won't be safe. Yeah.
He should
But
know.
it's okay because he's not scared, right?
He's not scared. He's brave. He's bold, brave.
Yeah, very, very. That's the most Florida shit ever. None of that surprises me.
Did you ever see this coming? We were going to have to tell our kids one day that we watched the NBA playoffs at Disneyland with no fans.
No, I'm not a fucking pandemic expert. I had no idea this was coming.
That's fucking crazy. What are those guys called?
It'll be an interesting story.
Philanthrop? I don't know.
Pandemicist?
It starts with a V.
Disease experts?
Yeah, it starts with a V. A big long word. They study diseases. Anyway.
Virusologist. Okay. Yeah, so shout out to Coach Glenn Rivers. And hopefully the rest of this series plays out well. Hopefully it's not done by the time we do our next pod. That's it more than anything.
Yeah, it might be.
But we'll see. We'll see what the fuck
I
happens.
might be celebrating
some garbage fan base is going to be rewarded.
I might be celebrating on the next pod. Just fucking Lakers gear everywhere. Once we bring out the fucking balloons.
All right. On that note, let's fuck off stage left. Sign us off, my man.
On behalf of Full Court Bresh, we want to thank you for listening. And we would like your support in signing the petition to not get. Thanks for listening. Tune in, subscribe. We're climbing one by one on YouTube. Just
Pause.
give us your attention. Give it to us.
We deserve it. We work
Stay
hard.
tuned for more basketball updates and a lot of news that's probably going to happen after this championship. So check out our other pod, Bresh Crew Podcast, and possibly the homeless raffle is still happening. We'll see what happens.
It's gonna
tomorrow
happen. It's
morning.
gonna happen. It is going to happen one way or another.
I'm not sleeping tonight because I'm just scared. Anyway, stay tuned for that. Check out all our shit. You know where to find us.
Yeah, man.
Bresh Crew
like,
TV.
sub, all that good stuff.
Bresh Crew TV. That's fresh with a B. Crew TV. Thanks for listening. Go Lakers. On behalf of myself, Dylan Grant, and my co-host, Marc Gwynn. Have a good Thanksgiving.
All right. Yeah, happy Canadian Turkey Day. Happy Canadian Turkey Day. Appreciate y'all. Eat a dick and have a good one.